Hey there, Ian from High Tech Legion here, and in this video I'll be doing a quick overview of Enermax's TwisterOdio Notebook Cooling Pad, or CP-008. Now this cooling pad is meant for 16-inch notebooks and also features two fully surround sound speakers using the DreamBass audio chip. So let's take a closer look and open this puppy up. So here's Enermax's TwisterOdio Notebook Cooling Pad, or CP-008. I'll give you a little closer view. You can see it's about 352 millimeters long by 270 millimeters high. And then when it's resting, it's about 52 millimeters elevated towards the back with a little downward slope there. You can see that they went with the brushed aluminum on the front, so even if you scratch that, you can just buff it out a little bit. You can see this strip right here is actually a plastic strip that helps keep your laptop stable when it's on top of there. It's actually fairly lightweight, and it's about 784 grams, I think. Looking at the bottom, you can see the fan. Fan is about 120 millimeters and can spin between 800 and 1400 RPM. It's got 4 rubber feet right here. And you'll notice there's no real hard edges on the bottom. It's real smooth with just enough room for wires to go underneath it when it's sitting down. It's kind of hard to see here, but on this end is where all the cabling plugs into. Right here you've got the audio jack in. You've got the micro USB power. There's a speaker off and on switch with a green LED light when it's powered. And then there's also a fan controller which lets you go from off to on and then up from low to high. Now, I will mention that one thing that was slightly annoying to me, although definitely not a game breaker, was that the cabling that comes with it is not too long. It's just barely longer than the cooling pad itself. So if you wanted to plug in one end on this and then go all the way around to the other side to your laptop, you'll notice it just barely reaches. So don't expect to get much more length than that. Get rid of this. So this cooling pad also happens to come with Enermax's DreamBass audio chip, and you can see right here is one of the speakers. There's the other one, and since it's got 2 separate ones, they provide you with full surround sound. The speakers can actually go between 140 Hz to 20 kilohertz, and can actually get fairly loud from my experience when I was toying around with it. So let's take a look at the benchmarks to see if this CP-008, or the TwisterOdio by Enermax, actually keeps a laptop cooler than normal. So let's take a look at the benchmarks and we'll see how Enermax's TwisterOdio cooling pad did versus just a bare desk setup, and see how much cooler it kept my laptop. So, taking a look at the benchmarking, you can see that Enermax's TwisterOdio Notebook Cooling Pad reduced the temperature of my laptop compared to a bare desk setup. And it reduced the temperature whether the fan was on high, low, or even off. It reduced it a few degrees. Overall, I really enjoyed the TwisterOdio cooling pad. It's small enough to take with you. I actually took it to the park one day when it was pretty warm because it's starting to get a little warm outside. And it fit right into my laptop bag, which isn't that big of a laptop bag to begin with. But it fit right in there with the laptop. The thing itself actually looks very slick. I mean, it reminds me of an Apple product when I look at it. I could see you putting a MacBook Pro right on top of it, fitting right in Starbucks. The fan itself kept everything cool, and it's fairly quiet. You can just barely hear the hum, and if you're in an office building, you definitely can't hear the hum of it. The speakers themselves are really loud. It's nice to be able to have surround sound, especially compared to normal laptop speakers. The bass is pretty kicking. You can actually hear the vibrations of the bass. The only thing that kind of irks me is that there's no hardware volume control. There's a on and off switch for the speakers themselves, and there's a fan control, but no volume control, so you'll have to use your laptop's built-in speaker system for that. So for these reasons, I've decided to give Enermax's TwisterOdio notebook cooling pad a High-Tech Legion Gold Award. If you'd like to read the full review, be sure to check out www.hightechlegion.com. Make sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel, follow us on Twitter, and like us on Facebook. And remember, if you're not high-tech, you're dead.